Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. I am your host, Elliot Pierre, and we're going to start the show off the same way we start every episode off, with a moment of gratitude. I know you could be doing a million other things with your time, so the fact that you're spending it with us truly does mean the world to me, so thank you. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro. All right, and we are back. Okay, as you can tell, I'm not on the set of the Mac City Morning Show. I am at Holy Trinity High School and Junior High, I've been informed today. So thank you to Holy Trinity for inviting us and having us here. Do appreciate it. The one thing that hasn't changed on the show is how I introduce my guests. I don't. I let them do that themselves because they can do a better job than I. So on that note, can you please tell everybody at home who you are and what you're about?
Hey, thanks for having us here today, Elliot. My name's Lisa Hilsenteger, and I am principal here at Holy Trinity High School. And I hope people know that we are filming on Halloween Day.
Are you sure? This is not how you dress every day?
No, although the kids might want to call me Cruella de Vil most days. I dressed the part today.
So let's talk about the costume, because it's the elephant in the room. I like to hear how people come up with their costume ideas. So how did you come up with this one?
Actually, it wasn't my idea, but we usually try to do some kind of a theme between myself and the vice principals and the ladies in the office. And so we kind of thought that me being Cruella de Vil and they're all the Dalmatian puppies. So it's a great thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I did not see that theme when I checked in today. So now I'm going to have to double back and talk to your administrators, check out their costumes.
Check them out, yeah.
So we're here at your school today, so thank you for inviting us. Really do appreciate it. It's been amazing talking to some of your students and some of your teachers here. Like, it's a pretty diverse school that you've put together.
It's a very diverse school. We have a little bit of something for everybody. Yeah. And it's so wonderful to see the students be able to come on here and talk and about their experiences and, you know, the things that they're doing with their life. And some of them we've had here since grade 7. So to see them grow and be able to be so articulate is really amazing.
It's amazing. With the young adults that have come on the show, I'm telling you, there's no way at that age I would have been that composed. I can talk, but I wouldn't have been able to carry on a conversation like they did. So that's something else.
Yeah, and you know that's a part of education, right? And it's a part of what we try to get them to do through school, through whether it's their language arts and their presentations, and get them to be comfortable, because it's a very difficult thing to be able to do, to stand up in front of a group of people or know that they're in front of a large group.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So now a little bit about yourself.
Wow.
The hard part.
What does anybody want to know about me?
So you have been in Fort McMurray for quite some time now. When did you?
Since 1978, so almost 44 years. Came here as a kid myself, grade 7. My family moved us here from, we were living in northern Quebec at the time. Yeah. And Dad came out here for work. Brought 6 kids across the country in a car, and I've never looked back. Fort McMurray is home. Yeah. We've made a very wonderful life here, raised 2 kids. One of them is back here now working, and it's been a great community for our family.
Yeah. So you've seen tremendous change over the years, and you've made a decision to stay. So what is it about this community that you've definitely bought into and decided, like, hey, this is where I'm going to stay, this is home to me?
Do you know, when I first came here, of course, there were very few people that you meet that were born here.
That's right.
So everybody was always from somewhere else. And so it was very important to reach out to others for friendships, for activities, to make, them family. That's because nobody had family here. So I think that's how we became a really close knit community, because that just continued to evolve from year after year. And still some of the friends that I've graduated with are still here, and you do consider them family. And my husband and I always joke that we always had our winter family and our summer family through the kids' sports. So, right, and there was always the summer family that you saw all the time at those sports and traveled with out of town games, and then we had our winter family with hockey and ringette and traveled with them, and so we always looked forward to those seasonal changes. And
that's hilarious. I've never heard it articulated like that, but it's so true. That's funny. So you grew up in Fort McMurray. You decided to go away to school to obviously become an educator. Where did you go to school?
I started my first 2 years actually at Keano. It was the first year of their university transfer program that education was offered.
Yeah.
So did the first 2 years here, lived at home, and then transferred to the U of A, finished out there.
Yeah.
And came back, and actually I did my student teaching here in Fort McMurray as well.
Yeah.
So came back to St. Gabriel School, was there for 20 years.
Okay.
And went into administration.
Yeah.
And have been at a couple of schools. Went to Good Shepherd first as a vice principal, then to Father Mercredi, and then I was here the first year that it opened, so here as a vice principal, then became principal. Went down to Father Turcotte for 4 years, and now starting my 6th year here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when you went away to school, did you know you were gonna, did you have a want to come back to Fort McMurray, or did you decide when you were away, like, oh wow, there's something special there, I should go back?
Do you know, I think there was always, you know, a calling to come back home, right? That this was where I was comfortable, this was the school division that I knew, this was the community that I was familiar with, so it just made sense to come back to Fort McMurray. And teaching jobs are, everybody wants to be in the city. So those jobs aren't always easily available. So I knew that Fort McMurray, you know, would be a great place to start. Didn't know that I would stay.
That's right. That's
but,
right.
Yeah.
Did you meet your husband up here?
No, actually, I met him through mutual friends while I was at school at the university, and so he came here.
I was just going to say, obviously, we've chatted before.
Right.
I was curious about that. So how did you convince him to come here and be with you?
I don't know that I convinced him at all. I think the joke is that he followed me here, and that was,
because it just dawned on me. I was like, wait a second, because that's normally not the traditional way that you hear of people coming to Fort McMurray. Usually, it's like the husband has an oil sands job, and then like their significant other comes with them, and then it goes from there. So, did he come to visit while you guys started to date, like in the university setting, and get a taste of what Fort McMurray was?
No, you know what? I don't think he had even been here prior to me coming back, and
really?
I left school and said I'm going home.
Yeah.
And so he applied for some jobs. He's a pilot, so he's in aviation, and I said, well, I'll come to Fort McMurray and check it out.
Story. He followed for love. That's why he came.
That's what I keep telling him.
Yeah. So your children, they're out of the system now? As far as when I say system, I mean like the school system?
Yeah, they're out of the school system now. They're all grown, graduated. They both went to Father Mercredi. And
whoop whoop. Big shout out to Father Merc.
Yes.
And so one is back. Where's the other one?
She's actually in Chicago. Yeah.
I did not know that.
She's a veterinarian and is working as a vet down there. And her boyfriend, which she met at the U of A, he's from Edmonton, and she, he was working in the, he's doing his microbiology, and his professor at the U of A got a grant to go down to actually the University of Athens in Georgia. So she took Rob and another student, and so he went down there and finished out his degree in Georgia. So when Kendra was finished at the University of Saskatchewan there, the vet college, she went to Georgia till he finished that, and then he got his PhD and then a job at the University of Chicago to do his postdoctorate. So she moved to Chicago.
Have you had a chance to go visit?
No, but I'm so looking forward to it. I hear it's an amazing city and so much to do. It's
my favorite place to go in America.
That's what I hear.
It's so nice. And I know like some people will say like the crime rate and this and the other, and fair enough, that exists.
Right.
However, like you don't have to see it if you don't want to. Like you stay where it's safe. It's hands down, and I've been blessed to do a lot of traveling in America. My favorite place to visit. Like when you said Chicago, they probably saw it. Like my whole face was like, really, Chicago?
Yes, COVID hit, so I'm waiting for this to be over so I can go down. But and my boy is a mining engineer.
Right.
So he went to the U of A, finished up that, did the co-op program, came back, is working out at plants, and
you can't beat it. If you're a mining engineer, this is kind of the place.
Where to be. That's right.
It's here or the Divex mine or somewhere in Australia. Perth, I think.
Yeah.
That has like those are to the best of my knowledge. Obviously, there's way more mines than that globally, but those are the ones.
Yeah, well, up north, and you're right, the gold mines and diamond mines.
That's right. Fort McMurray.
Fort McMurray.
It's a beautiful place.
It is. Yeah,
Cool.
love it.
Well, listen, that's the end of our show. Easy breezy. You were nervous about nothing.
No.
So before I let you loose, though, everybody gets a shameless shout out or plug. So the camera's on you, the light's on you.
Well, you're here in the beautiful Suncor Energy Centre for the Performing Arts, so I have to give a shout out and a plug to them, because without them, we wouldn't even have this theatre here at our school for us to use. And of course, if somebody hasn't been in here, there's always our Festival of the Arts that is starting on December 6th to 11th. So we're going to have all kinds of performances. They can come check out our school and the theatre.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for doing this. I know that you were kind of voluntold by our man Tanner, so appreciate it. But if now you see how easy it is, anytime you want to swing by the set, there's an open invitation.
Oh, thanks so much, Elliot. Great.
Not a problem.
All right, take care.
All right. Well, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world, that's been another episode of the Mac City Morning Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully you're having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
What a deadly old way to end another morning show. Later, boss.
It's so ballistic! Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.